warm good morning to one and all. என் பொருள்வாக செல் சொல்லித்து தான் பிறர்வாய் நொன்பொருள் காண்பதறிவு திருக்குறள் அறுவுடைமை 424. Wisdom is about keeping it simple and easy for understanding when you speak and having a comprehensive understanding when others speak. Teaching is a one profession that creates all other professions. Today, we celebrate the guiding lights who shapes futures and ignites the flames of curiosity. To our beloved teachers, thank you for inspiring minds and touching hearts. We wish you a very wonderful Teachers' Day to one and all who gathered here.
Chinu HB once said, "Writers are the chroniclers of their time, and it is their duty to speak truth to power." It is with immense pride and honor that we gather here today to celebrate one such author. A monumental milestone, a 3-decade-long literary journey of one of Tamil literature's most profound voices, the writer Annamalai, widely acclaimed as Imayam. He says, "I do not write my stories. I am just a moment in which the stories write themselves. They are stories written by the society." His works have enriched our literary landscape and stirred our collective conscience, bringing to light the complexities of social issues with unparalleled depth and compassion.
The function of freedom is to free someone else. Imayam's writing have been a beacon of freedom, freeing those who have been voiceless and challenging us to confront the truths we might otherwise overlook.
We will now showcase visual exploration that takes us through the remarkable journey of Imayam, offering glimpses into his life, works, and indomitable spirit.
His narratives, deeply rooted in the Tamil milieu, yet universal in their themes, have consistently challenged societal norms and given voice to the marginalized, cementing Imayam's position as a luminary in the pantheon of Indian literature. His stories are not mere reflections of society, they are powerful beams of light illuminating the shadowed corners of our world and challenging us to see, to feel and to act.
அளவுக்கு யாருக்கும் எழுதுறது இல்லை, இனிமேல் யாருக்கும் மீறி யாருக்கும் எழுத முடியாது அப்படிலாம் சொல்கிற நம்பிக்கை எனக்கு இல்லை. என்ன கேட்டால் எனக்கு முன்னாடி பிரம்மாண்டம்லாம் இருக்குது. 2000 வருஷம் 3000 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி பாரம்பரியம் இருக்குது. அதோடு ஒப்பிடும்போது இன்றைக்கி இந்த ரைட்டிங்ஸ் ஒரு ப்ராக்டிஸ் தான் நம்ம சொல்ல முடியும். உண்மையான எழுத்தாளர் கடைசி வரைக்கும் எழுதுறதுக்கான ஒரு முழுமையடையாத ஒரு டெக்ஸ்ட் தான் உருவாக்கிட்டு இருக்கேன், முயற்சி எடுக்கலாம். அந்த வகையில் நானும் முயற்சி எடுத்துருக்கேன். நான் ஏன் எழுதுறேன் அப்படின்னு ஒரு கேள்வி நீங்கள் கேட்குறீங்க. என்னுடைய வாழ்க்கை எழுதுறது அதை எனக்கு பிடிச்சிருக்கு, அல்லது எதாவது கதை எழுதி எதாவது பணம் சம்பாதிக்கலாம், அல்லது புகழடையலாம், இந்த மாதிரி கேமராவில் நீங்கள் வீடியோ எடுப்பீங்க அப்படிங்கிறதே கதை எழுத. என்ன உண்மையான காரணம் எனக்குன்னு இல்லை, ஒரு ரைட்டர். மற்றவங்க என்ன சொல்கிறாங்க, என்னுடைய துயரத்தை எழுதுறேன், என்னுடைய கவலை எழுதுறேன், என்னுடைய வாழ்க்கை எழுதுறேன், என்னுடைய தெருவை எழுதுறேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. நான் அந்த மாதிரி சொல்ல மாட்டேன். நான் ஏன் எழுதுறேன் அல்லது நான் ஏன் எழுதணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன் அப்படின்னா, நான் வாழ்கிற காலத்தை பதிவு செய்யணும் நினைக்கிறேன். நான் வாழ்றக்கூடிய இடத்தை பதிவு செய்யணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். நான் வாழ்கிற காலத்தில் என்னுடைய சமூகம் அது வாழ்கிறதுக்கு என்னென்ன விதமான அறநிலைகளை அது மேற்கொள்வது, இந்த 3 விஷயத்துக்காக நான் எழுதுறேன். காலத்தை எழுதுறேன், இடத்தை எழுதுறேன், சமூகம் வாழ்வதற்கு நான் மேற்கொண்ட அறநிலைகள் என்னென்ன எழுதுறேன்.
Since that auspicious debut, Imayam has gifted the world with a treasure trove of literary gems. His novels, each a masterpiece in its own right, include Arumugam, Sedal, Pettavam, Enkada, Selvada Panam, Varga Varga, Ippodu Uyirodu Irukkiren, and Ninjalukku. Many of these works have been translated into English, allowing a wider audience to experience their power.
Ms. Prabha, they have not asked me to read these stories for the comments she wanted. I would have been a loser in not knowing Ms. Imayam.
ஏறத்தாழ 25 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு மேலாக இமயம் அப்படி தொடர்ச்சியாக இருக்கிறது.
செல்லாத பணம் இமயமுடைய அது எனக்கு ரொம்ப என்ன சொல்கிறேன், ரொம்ப பாதர்சமாக இருந்தது. அண்ட் ரொம்ப அன்அப்பாலஜெட்டிக்காக அவருடைய அப்ரோச் இருந்தது. தெர் இஸ்
இது வந்து கோவில் கதைகளை வந்து நான் சொல்லுவேன். இமயத்தோடது ரொம்ப அற்புதமான ஒரு நாவல், ரொம்ப அற்புதமான ஒரு சினிமா இருக்கு.
இமயம் என்ற எழுத்தாளர் எழுதிய புத்தகத்தின் பெயர் செல்லாத பணம்.
I'm delighted to invite Dr. Aishwarya S. Babu, Associate Professor, Department of English, Pondicherry University, to extend a warm welcome to all of us.
A very good morning to all of you. The Department of English, the Research and Culture Forum, in association with Imayam University, is celebrating 3 decades of the writer non-pareil, Sri Imayam, and his stellar contributions to the literary world today. I'm honored to be in charge of welcoming all of you to the event. First and foremost, I would like to welcome our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor K. Tharanikarasa, who is a champion of each and every event that we have been organizing so far. Thank you, sir, for providing such an enlightening and conducive environment to research. A hearty welcome to the event, sir. Now, I welcome the legendary writer, Sri Imayam, to the event for being here with us. My introduction to Imayam was more than a decade ago as a student of Madras University. We had the good fortune to attend the release of a translated version of Settle. And after the event, one of my fellow scholars, Varadarajan, he's a PWD learner, and he asked a friend of mine to read Settle to him in Tamil. And we invited ourselves to the reading session, and that sessions went on. We got to listen to more novels of him, and some of us even learned Tamil so that we can experience the novels ourselves. And the world, the literary world, and the brilliant perceptions of the lived experiences that he presented to us really made us feel the language and fell in love with more writers and the language. And it gives me immense pleasure and happiness to know that more of you will get to know and listen to this maestro and get a glimpse into the legendary and genius of his creative world. It is indeed an honor to welcome Sri Imayam to this event on behalf of the Department of English PU and Imayam University. Welcome, sir. I now welcome Justice Pratibha Sridevan, retired Justice, Madras High Court and translator, to this event, an iconic lawmaker and a fine translator. We are looking forward to listen to your incomparable words of wisdom. Welcome to the event, ma'am. Hearty welcome to Professor P. Thilagan, Dean Academics, for extending his support for all our events and cheering us on. Welcome, sir. I welcome Professor Marx, head of the department, and the mind behind all our tireless endeavors towards excellence and enlightenment. Through the numerous academic endeavors, you propel us through every new week to academic excellence. Welcome, sir. A warm welcome to my truly wonderful colleagues of the department who extend all their support to each new steps that RCF takes. A warm welcome to all of you. A special welcome to all our great friends and well-wishers from other departments. I would name you all, but with every new event, each of you are competing with each other to attend more events and congratulate us and champion us on and cheering us on. And I sincerely appreciate the encouragement from each and every one of you. A hearty welcome to all of you. Welcome to all my dear scholars and students, the ever hardworking pillars of our department, without whose unwavering spirit we would not have been able to take even a single step forward. A hearty welcome to you all to the event.
The spotlight shine bright on the masterful wordsmith Imayam, the writer whose genius has left an indelible mark on the literary world. Please welcome Haritha V, research scholar, who will introduce him.
It is with immense pride and pleasure that I stand here today to introduce a literary figure who has significantly shaped contemporary Tamil and Indian literature. A writer whose words that are as profound as they are poignant, who has used his pen to bring forth the voice of the marginalized and to challenge societal norms. Please join me in welcoming once again the esteemed Tamil writer, Imayam. Imayam, born V. Annamalai, is a beacon of modern Tamil literature. His pen name, which translates to the Great Mountain, is truly fitting as his contributions to literature are as towering as the name suggests. Imayam's works are celebrated for their unflinching portrayal of the lives of the oppressed, the downtrodden, and the voiceless. He has carved out a unique space in Tamil literature by focusing on social realities that others chose to ignore. And bringing into light the struggles and the resilience of those living on the fringes of society. His debut novel, Kover Karudegal, translated as Beasts of Burden, was published in 1994 and was a groundbreaking work that stunned the readers and critics alike. The realistic portrayal of Dalit lives in Tamil Nadu was both a revelation and a revolution in the literary world. And his narrative style, marked by simplicity and stark realism, draws readers into the very hearts of his characters' lives, making their pain, their joy, and their struggle our own. Then it comes as no wonder that it is these words that the renowned Tamil writer Sundara Ramaswamy chose to describe Kover Karudegal. I quote, "There is no novel that equals this one in the last 100 years of Tamil writing." Since then, Imayam has produced a substantial body of work. I believe I am about to repeat his accolades and achievement, but these are achievements worth repeating, so I'll go right ahead. His novels include Arumugam, Sedal, Pettavan, En Kadai, Sellada Panam, Varga Varga, Ippodu Uyirodu Irukkiren, and Nencharappu. His short story collections include Manbarap, Video Mariamman, Kolish Seval, Savu Soru, Narumanam, Nanmaran Kotai Kadai, Thalimele Satyam, and Tirunira Savi. Many of these works have been translated into English and other Indian languages, including Malayalam, Telugu, Kannada, Hindi, and French, demonstrating their broad appeal. Imayam's commitment to exploring the challenging themes has established him as more than a storyteller. He is also regarded as one of the most important social commentators of our time. The quality and the impact of Imayam's works have been recognized through numerous awards, including the Agni Aksara Award, Junior Fellowship from the Department of Culture, Government of India, Tamil Tendril Thiruvika Award from the Government of Tamil Nadu, Pudhiya Talamurai Award, SRM University's Tamil Perayam Award, Ananda Vigadan Award for Best Short Story Collection, the Hindu Award for Contemporary Tamil Literature, Lifetime Achievement Award, EL Award from the Tamil Literary Garden, Canada, Periyasamy Thuran Literature Award, and Sahitya Academy Award in 2020, and the Kuvempu Rashtriya Puraskar Award in 2023. Furthermore, his works have been incorporated into university syllabi all across the nation, acknowledging their literary merit and social significance. As we recognize 3 decades of Imayam's contributions to literature, we acknowledge both his skill as a writer and his role in reshaping the landscape of Indian and particularly Tamil literature. His works have initiated important dialogues, offered new perspectives, and fostered a greater understanding of complex social issues. In conclusion, I am privileged to present Imayam, a literary giant whose works have left an indelible mark on the social consciousness of our times. Please join me in giving him a warm round of applause. His literary legacy stands as a testament to the power of literature to illuminate, challenge, and transform social realities. Thank you.
Thank you, Harita. We now move on to honoring session, where we recognize and celebrate the distinguished guests who have graced this occasion. Our research scholars will present token of appreciation to these luminaries whose contributions to their respective fields resonate with the spirit of Imayam's work.
pleasure to invite Dr. Clementes Luth, Director, Directorate of Culture and Cultural Relations, Dean, School of Humanities, to deliver the Presidential Address.
Respected Vice Chancellor, Professor Tarnikarasu, Professor Marks, Head of the Department of English, the most renowned writer, Imayam, Professor Prabhakaran, Professor Tilagan, all the invited guests, research scholars and students. I am really very happy to be a part of this program when we are celebrating 3 decades of Imayam's literary world. 30 years in the field of literature, writing one novel after the other is a baffling task for any writer, and to be successful in this literary world, this is also not an easy thing. And our English department is known for so many things, very vibrant department, I would say, among all the departments in Pondicherry University. Whether it is an ordinary coffee table book, or whether it is a newsletter, or the regular conferences and international seminars, we are just paving the way and showing the path for others to follow us. But this time, I am most happy that we have taken up this task of celebrating 30 years of the literary service of one great giant of Tamil literature. And after reading some of his works, I can't say that I am master in all, but having read some of his works and having listened to some of his interviews, I would say that he has some kind of link with the 18th century celebrated writer Dr. Johnson. Because Dr. Johnson, when he was alive, you might have read in the history of English literature that patronism, that is following a particular pattern and then thriving because of that, this has been there in the air. That means if you want to be a writer and if you want to publish your work, you should have a pattern behind. Without pattern, your work will be simply thrown to the dustbin and no publisher will come forward to publish your work. And this is the most important thing that a writer should bear in mind. And Dr. Johnson at that time, he was making the English dictionary. As you all know, he was the first English lexicographer. And when he was preparing the English dictionary, he too wanted a pattern. And I need not tell you, because the students of English literature, you know, Earl of Chesterfield, he came forward to take off his labor. That means, I will give you money, I will be the funding agent for you, and you come out with your work. You need not bother about the cost, I will bear it. And because the Earl gave him such a great promise, Dr. Johnson started working on his dictionary day in and day out. At last, he compiled the dictionary and also advertised in the newspaper, now my dictionary is out of my hand. That means it is ready for publication. But unfortunately, in all 7 years he worked, he never got a word of reply for his letters or a smile of encouragement from his patron, Earl of Chesterfield. And now, when Earl of Chesterfield saw the advertisement, he came out with a letter saying that I am ready to take off your book and you please include my name in the first page. You dedicate the dictionary to me and I will be the patron of that dictionary, and I will be the funding agent. And Dr. Johnson immediately wrote a letter, that's all, historical letter. And in that letter, he has just mentioned about the difficulties that he has undergone while preparing the dictionary, and ended up, or rather summed up the letter in such a way, the whole patronage in England came to a standstill and it was totally demolished. After that, no writer ever craved for a patron. They thought that they can make their own contribution to literature by making money somewhere else. Why should we need a patron? When they have such a confidence over their writing, there is no need for any patron. And Dr. Johnson's famous letter, I can quote, he just started it with all the usual procedure to the most honorable Earl of Chesterfield. 7 years, my lord, I waited at your lordship's door without a smile of favour. That you are going to take off my labour, had it been yearly, had been kind. But unfortunately, it has been delayed till I am indifferent and cannot enjoy it, till I am solitary, cannot impart it, till I am known and do not want it. Your lordship's most obedient servant, Dr. Johnson, that's all. With that, with one sweep of his letter, the entire patronage in England has come to a standstill, I already told you. Similarly, an incident happened at the time when our sir, Imayam sir, when this Sahitya Academy Award, when it was declared, I saw in an interview, he categorically stated, I have been writing for 25 years. My first novel has seen its 25th anniversary special. But now only the government is coming forward to honor me, especially for the novel that I lately wrote. But he has such a confidence to say, every novel of mine deserved a Sahitya Academy Award. This is where the confidence. That is why we hail such writers as great. And in fact, we are in Pondicherry, and you must be knowing about our poet Bharati. During those days, when he wrote a poem, and when he was totally satisfied and confident with that poem, he simply told VVS Iyer, one of his very close associate, can't we get 3,000 rupees for this poem? Is there anyone who can give me 3,000 rupees and take away this poem? At that time, everything was in Anna, Varana, Randana, Moonana, like that. People will not buy that poem even for Varana. But he said that it deserved 3,000 rupees. If there is anyone who can take away the poem with 3,000 rupees, he is prepared to give the poem. See the confidence. That means what? Even at that time, he thought that the poems can be sold in lakhs. This is the confidence that one should have. When the same kind of honor, Padma Bhushan award, when it was declared to S. Janagi, that very famous singer, she has returned the award by saying it is too late. I don't want this award. If there is Bharat Ratna award is waiting for me, well and good, I can go for it. But certainly not this one, because it is too late. Okay? So that is what he said. That part has interested me quite a lot. The next one is making a very big contribution to Tamil literature by introducing the famous books that he has read. This is another thing. And then we have got one forum for that in our department, this literary review, journal alert forum and all that. And he is introducing the book in such a way that the next moment he will go and buy the book. To that extent, he is introducing the book, and I listened to his talk. And I listened to that video clipping. And the first thing that occurred to me, that today itself I must go and purchase the book. In that way he has been introducing the book, and according to him, literature is the only thing that can bring tears to your eyes. Go for physics, go for chemistry, go for any other subject. You can master the art, you can become skillful, but it will never bring tears to your eyes. And that is why Dr. Johnson once told his biographer, Boswell, "Sir, will you read the last part of King Lear?" Boswell said, "Yes, sir. What is the problem?" My God, when I am reading the last part of it, especially when Lear is carrying Cordelia in his hands, my eyes well with tears. And in fact, I am not able to see the text after that. To that extent, it pulls me down. That is what you call passion, power, and pulse of the language. Without these 3 P's, you cannot write it. And these 3 P's, you will never get in any other subject except in literature. That is why he says, மனிதனை மனிதனாக ஆக்குவது எதுன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இந்த இலக்கியம் தான். That is what he says, and he insists on that. If you want to become a human being, then read literature. That will only make you as a good human being, not any other subject. He has such confidence over it. And you might have seen in the short clipping, he categorically stated, "Why I write?" Because there are some people who write just for the sake of fun. And one author has said, if you have that literary itching, it can be scratched only through the pen. But that is not the intention of Imayam. He said, "I am writing because நான் வாழ்ந்த காலத்தை பதிவு செய்ய விரும்புகிறேன். நான் வாழ்ந்த இடத்தை பதிவு செய்ய விரும்புகிறேன். நான் வாழ்ந்த காலகட்டத்தில் இருக்கும் அறநெறிகளை பறைசாற்ற விரும்புகிறேன்." These are the 3 main ingredients that makes his writing. That means he is not writing without a purpose, and he has got 3 important purposes. And that is where our Imayam, the writer, becomes the real Imayam, touching the great eye. I wish him well, and we are going to celebrate several more things in the future. And I thank Manonmaniyam Sundarana University, and I need not thank our university because it's a part of me. Therefore, I think I should thank only Manonmaniyam University this time, and all the research scholars and the contributors, faculty and students, for making such an excellent program. If he can bring a very short smile in his face because of this program, I would be all the more happy. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I now request Professor P. Thilagan, the Dean of Academics, for the felicitation address.
Respected Vice Chancellor, respected Director, respected guest, and all dignitaries on the dais, and my dear colleagues, my dear students and participants. Good morning to one and all present here. It is my pleasure to be here in front of you to deliver an address about the celebration of 3 decades of Imayam literary world. So I just want to tell you very few words about a person who realize and enjoy, those who exhibit, I can tell you in Tamil, ஒரு மனிதன் தான் உணர்ந்தவற்றை உணர்ந்து அனுபவித்தவற்றை பிறரும் உணரும் வண்ணம் இந்த உலகத்திற்கு தன் எழுத்து மூலம் தெரிவிப்பவரே எழுத்தாளர். அவர் அண்ணாமலையாக பிறந்த அவர் தன்னை இமயம் என்ற உலகத்தின் உயரமான ஒரு இடத்தில் நிறுத்தி இந்த உலகத்தை பார்க்கும் பொழுது அனைத்து விதமான விஷயங்களையும் அவரால் உணர முடியும். இந்த உலகத்தில் நல்லது கெட்டது அனைத்துமே நடக்கிறது. அவர் அந்த இமயம் என்ற அந்த புள்ளியில் தன்னை நிலைநிறுத்தும் பொழுது அவரால் இந்த உலகத்தில் நடக்கக்கூடிய அனைத்து விஷயங்களையும் பார்க்க முடியும். நான் நினைக்கிறேன் அவர் அந்த உயரத்தில் தன்னை நிலைநிறுத்தி கொண்டு இந்த சமுதாயத்தை பார்க்கும் பொழுது அவர் உணர்ந்து அனுபவித்தவற்றை தன் எழுத்து மூலம் இந்த உலகத்திற்கு கொடுத்ததனால் மட்டுமே அவர் மிகச்சிறந்த எழுத்தாளராக உயர்ந்து இன்று நம் முன்னே அமர்ந்து நாம் அவரை கொண்டாடும் வகையில் தன்னை வெளிப்படுத்தி கொண்டுள்ளார். அவர் தன்னை பற்றி சொல்லும் பொழுது, நான் இந்த உலகத்தில் வாழ்ந்து அனுபவித்தவற்றை பதிவு செய்ய விரும்புகிறேன் என்று கூறுகிறார். இந்த வரலாற்றில் தான் ஒரு இடத்தை பிடிக்க வேண்டும் என்று நினைக்கிறார். A person, if he thinks about this point, so there are millions of people living on this world with different talents, but some of their talents are not coming out, some of them are showing their talents, and they are putting a place in the history. Though we are living on this world, so what is existing? We are here, we live, and then we are disappearing. What is our trace? How we want to record our presence in this world? There is no one who is permanently living on this world. So in this life, we have different things to see. Art, literature, technology, culture, everything. You mean it, everything is, realized by us. And we are experiencing. Somebody realized, somebody experienced, somebody just passed through. Okay, but those who can realize, consolidate, and then, contribute, those who can only get the place in the history of the world. So getting his a point or a story or a trace in the history of world is not easy unless we contribute something very significant to this world. So sir has done his significant contribution. So now we are celebrating for his contribution. He has been already well recognized by our society, co-living society, and I have my submission to sir that your contribution is very great and we are enjoying your contribution. Thank you for your contribution, and let us celebrate his presence here. And I want to tell you one thing, he is also a teacher. So in this occasion of Teachers Day, we congratulate for his achievement as a teacher also. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Kadiravan A, research scholar, to honor our chief guest, Mr. Rajiv Menon, the acclaimed film director and cinematographer.
Respected chief guest and today's hero, Mr. Imayam, and our director, Professor Clement Lewis, and our head of the department, Professor T. Marks, and Dean Academic, Professor P. Thilagan, and the filmmaker and cinematographer, Mr. Rajiv Menon, and the Justice Prabha Sridevan, and other dignitaries, deans, and head of the departments, faculty members, research scholars, and students. Good morning, one and all present here. So today we have assembled here to celebrate 3 decades of Imayam's literary world. And very importantly, this one, we are seeing the world, whatever he has seen in his perspective, what is really happened or what is really is happening around us in a different in the sense you can understand that, as our Dean Academic mentioned, that what is really bothering him as a writer. As all of us know, our Justice Prabha Sridevan is also here. Our Constitution is giving equal rights each and every one. but what is really happening in the society, it varies. So, what is the dignity of the human, where it is compromised, how it is compromised, and these are all, unless otherwise we record, we may not know whether it takes place in the larger society or in the smaller society, but it should be recorded. Otherwise, our future generation may not know, or even the present generation also may not know what is really happening there. And the general public perspective also, it varies time to time. There are some societies where the good things, whoever is having in their perspective, the good things, they are only recognized as the human being. The rest of the people, they don't, even their voice will not be recognized. Their feeling will not be recognized. And they are human being. Definitely they should have some emotions. But where they will go and tell? So what is their feelings? What is their emotions? So no one was there to mention what is really in their perspective, in their life, what is really happening. So those even small emotions, how the particular person feels when really happening. I saw some of these novels. So is a good writer because he is, as our Dean mentioned, he is keeping himself in the very high state, like Imayam, and sees through the person. What it really goes through this, when something happened to the particular society, which is not supposed to happen that particular character. So how it really feels, and when he brings to the readers, we will all understand. So these are all happening around us. We are not able to see this type of things. Even when we see this type of incidents, we generally ignore because we worry about our life. But we don't worry about what is really happening there, where the justice for them. Even though we have a justice system, we cannot go to the court for all justices. Whatever is happening in the family or whatever happening in the society, we cannot go and go to the court and get the justice. But even the constitution also do not have the full set of the rules where you can go for the court also. So this is the society, what is really happening in this, how a particular incident takes place. He is choosing a incident where he tells us that if this is happening to you around, how you feel. That is what I am feeling here in this now. Like this, he is bringing this scene and he is telling us that how this should be eradicated. If that is the injustice to this character, how when you face this type of situation, how you will not allow this to happen in our society. This is the main aim of our writer. That's what I understand. So that the society can be more civilized. Society can be more awakened to respect the feeling of each and everyone in the society. So that is the main aim, and that's what he also mentioned in this interview. So when he is recording this, what is really happening around this, even though it is happening around the small society, this is also happening here. So it is not that the all society it accepts. There are some countries you cannot express this type of emotions to bring into the knowledge of the other public. But we should be really happy that we should be thankful to our politicians who brought this democratic system, and where we are able to bring this all the emotions to, that is the freedom of writing, freedom of speech. Through this we are able to bring out the emotions of even the smaller society, smaller characters, and so that we can able to eradicate even the smaller emotions also, we can able to eradicate. That is the best system of democracy. So while honoring this, while celebrating this Imayam's literary world, we are all really happy that we are all recognizing the feelings of whatever the character is bringing in those novels. We are all recognizing that yes, this should be discussed, this should be eradicated, this should be bring into the knowledge of the policy makers how to eradicate this. This is the way one civilization should grow. So in that way, so we have to thank our writer Imayam to bring those type of characters into his novel, to understand ourselves, what type of prejudices we have in our society. So whether is it true that we have this type of people living in our society, how to contain this type of prejudices. So this is the main theme, and I think Imayam is successful in bringing these emotions, these injustices to the society. We are all sitting here and discussing the characters, and these are all not the through his entry you can understand these are not fictional characters. Some characters really he met some characters, so he put into the fiction, and he is writing this. These are all not the totally fictional. So these characters exist here. So most of the that novel, so it is generally happening around North Tamil Nadu area. So I can easily understand, definitely this is happening in our society, and happened in our society. So we are all responsible, and we are as a responsible citizen, we have to acknowledge this, and then bring out how to bring out the changes in the society. So that is his main, I understand that is his main aim of his novels, and by understanding, by acknowledging these characters, we are acknowledging this, yes, we are here to hear the voices of those people, those characters, and we are here to console, or here to tell that we are all here. So that is the main aim of this type of novels. So I really I take this opportunity to thank the writer Imayam to bring the voice of unvoiced characters to this through his novel, so that we are all sitting here and discuss about this, and I really thank him for this wonderful literary piece. So I also thank Professor Marx and Professor Clement Luce and all the Department of English faculty members for arranging this wonderful one-day event on celebrating 3 decades of Imayam literary world. So I could see that there are many speakers, so we are going to hear different perspective of these which is available in these novels and short stories. So I once again thank the department for arranging this. Thank you one and all.
We have Mrs. Kavita Muralidharan ma'am here. I invite Nandini S., research scholar, who will honor Kavita ma'am. Now, as our inaugural session comes to an end, to express our gratitude, I invite Dr. Harpreet Kaur Vora, Associate Professor, Department of English, Pondicherry University. Ma'am, please.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I, on behalf of the Research and Cultural Forum, Department of English, Pondicherry University, this gives me pleasure to propose a vote of thanks on the occasion of celebrating 3 decades of Imayam's literary world. I take this opportunity to thank Sri Imayam, who has honored us by accepting our invitation and will be sharing his thoughts about his work. 3 decades of writing is not a mean feat, and Sri Imayam has been a constant and consistent flag bearer of the subjugated through the power of his pen. The audience will be deeply enriched with the interactions that they will be able to have with this great writer today. Thank you once again, sir, for accepting our invitation. I also thank Ms. Kavita Muralidharan, independent journalist and poet, who will be deliberating on the topic Beasts of Burden and Beyond, and will bring out various facets of the first novel of the writer. Thank you, ma'am, for coming. I also thank Mr. Rajiv Menon, filmmaker and cinematographer, who will be discussing birth, existence, and death, universal motifs in Imayam's literary work, and help to delineate these important themes of the writer's works. Thank you so much for coming, sir. My thanks are also due to D.I. Aravindan, editor and writer, who will deal with Imayam's writings, absence of the author, and bring out perhaps how the writer allows his characters to do all the talking. Thank you so much, sir. I also like to thank Justice Prabha Sridevan, retired judge, Madras High Court, and translator, who will be talking about my translations and our conversations about translating the writer's work. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming. I also thank Dr. S. Prabhakar, Dean of Languages, Professor and Head, Department of English, MS University, who will be delving into Imayam's literary world. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. Thank you to all our guests who will make the day come alive with discussions on various facets of celebrating 30 years of Imayam's works. I would now like to thank Professor K. Taranikaras, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Pondicherry University. Professor Taranikaras has always treated our department with much affection, holding its hand and encouraging at every step. We are thankful to you, sir, for your reassurance every time. I would also like to thank Professor Clement S. Lourdes, Dean, School of Humanities, and Director, Culture and Cultural Relations, Pondicherry University. Professor Clement has been a steadfast friend of the department and helps us wholeheartedly in all academic and administrative pursuits. Thank you, sir. I also thank Professor P. Tilakan, Dean Academic, Pondicherry University, who is always alive to the requirements of the English department and encourages any endeavor that we undertake. Thank you so much, sir. I would also like to thank Dr. S. Prabhakar, again, Dean of Languages, Professor and Head, Department of English, MS University, for collaborating with the Department of English, Pondicherry University, in organizing this event. We thank the students of his university who are participating and a part of our audience today. Thank you so much. I also would like to thank Professor T. Marks, head of the department, who never fails to see an opportunity for the growth and development of our department. He consistently encourages new endeavors to keep the department in sync with the changing times. Thank you, sir. I would also like to thank the faculty of our department who contribute with all sincerity to the efforts of the department. I also thank faculty members of other departments who are come here and are part of our audience. I would also like to thank members of the press for covering our event. I have to give a special thanks to our PhD scholars who are the pivots around which our department revolves. We cannot do anything without their help and contribution. Special thanks to Drishya, Nandini, and Santosh, the PhD scholars who have coordinated the event. Thank you to them, because of which things really work and work so well in our department. Thank you to the master students for their assistance and participation. A thank you is also due to the office staff and the electrical wing for all the backup that they offer. Thank you so much, and we're sure that it's going to be a very enriching and an enlivening series of talks that we're going to have, and we are really going to celebrate 3 decades of Imayam's literary world. Thank you so much.